Okay, so I think I'm live, right? Let me check. Okay, just wait. So I'll just check it out. So if anyone is viewing this right now, just like let me know if I'm live or not. Okay, so if I'm confirmed that I'm live, then only I'll just start with the video. Okay, I'm perfect. I'm perfectly live, right? So just confirm whether I'm perfectly visible and audible or not. Okay, I like even if confirm whether I'm perfectly visible and audible or not. Okay, so I'm perfectly live. Okay, so let's start with today's code forces. Okay, so let's go on with the first problem. The first problem was a maximum plus size. Okay, so you're given an array a1, a2 till an of positive integers. You can color some elements of the array red, but there cannot be two adjacent red elements. So which means that at least one of the a of I and a of I plus 1 must not be red. Okay, your score is the maximum value of a red element plus the number of red elements. Find the maximum score you can get. So let's open Excalibur. Okay, so just try to understand what this question tells us. It tells us that, let's say if you have an array, anyway, so I just forgot to greet you guys. Can I see how many people are watching this right now? So there are 4 people watching it. So hi everyone. How many questions did you guys do? Just write it in the live chat. Okay. Okay. So basically, you're given this, and how you're going to choose the red. So let's say if you're choosing that this element is a red, so you have to choose this element as a red, or this element, or any other element. Okay. You can't choose this element as a red. Right. Now, one simple thing that you may think about is that this question is basically, you may think from one point of view that this is a DP question, right? But this is not a DP question, okay? This is not a DP question because this is a very greedy approach type of question, okay? Why is it greedy? So let me do one thing. Let me just put this off. Is it editorial out though? So I'll just keep this page on refresh and I'll check whether the editorial is out or not, okay? Okay, now, so since you can do this, so why is it greedy? Okay, so the first thing is, why is it greedy? So let's say if I'm coloring this as red, okay, this part as red. I don't know what the heck is wrong. Why is it lagging? I'll just refresh Excalibur. Okay, now I think it's okay. It's fixed. Nope, it's not yet fixed. Is everything like perfect? Am I lagging anyhow? Can someone tell me if I'm lagging or not? Can someone tell me if I'm lagging or not? Okay, so I'm not lagging, but I don't know. My Excalibur is actually lagging. My Excalibur is lagging. I think I have to export to good evening, brother. I think I have to export to paint. because my calculator is lagging a lot. Or maybe my PC is lagging. Okay, I get it. My PC is lagging, I guess. We are doing division 1 or division 2. We are doing division 2. Okay. We are doing division 2, guys. Now it is okay. Okay. So as I was telling you that if you're coloring this red, so you can color this red or this red. But you can't color this. You can't color this red. Okay. You have to color something else. Now, the most important approach that may come to your mind, that if I'm coloring this, can I skip this and color this? Right? Now think about it this way, that if you're going to skip this and color this, okay, so will it be a better approach? Won't it be a better approach that instead of coloring this, you colored this? Okay, when will it be a better approach though? It will be a better approach if this element is greater than this element. Okay, if the element that I'm marking in green right now, if this element is greater than the element that I am marking in orange, then only it's a better option, right? Otherwise it's not a better option. But if it's not a better option, so it means that we are also getting deprived of some of the cases. Okay, so if I'm taking this and I'm not taking this, okay, I'm not taking this, it means that I'm going to be less on values. Okay, I'm going to be less on values. What does that mean? It means that, let's say if I'm taking this and the array ends over here, so how many elements did I take? I took 2 elements, right? But if I would have taken this element, then I could have also taken this element, so that was 3 elements. So it is better. For even case it was easy, only challenge here when n was odd. When n was odd, I don't think it was like a big challenge though. Okay, but anyways, just look at my thing, look at my explanation, so I think it will be better for you to understand the whole thing. Okay, so this is a very important concept, that you have to either consider all the even positions or all the odd positions. Okay, because if the maximum number lies in the even position, now it may happen, let's say if we have an array of size 3, okay, so in the odd positions there will be 2 elements, right? In the odd position there will be 2 elements, and in the even position only 1 element. Now let's say if the maximum number is in this position only, okay, so in that case, can I take any other element? I can't take any other element. So the maximum will be either even 1 into this maximum or 2 into the maximum of the remaining 2. You get it? Like for the even, you have to find the maximum. For the odd positions, you have to find the maximum, and you have to multiply them, because it was given in the question that you have to, your score is the maximum value of a red element plus the number of red elements. Okay, because you have to maximize the number of red elements also, and you have to maximize your score also. So you have to maximize it in such a way that even like, if you're like, you know what, if you're skipping a value, so if you may think that if I'm doing it like this, that I'm taking the maximum value, and then I'm skipping the next 2 values, and I'm going to the third value directly. Okay, I'm skipping the next 2 values and going to the third value directly. In that case, what happens is basically the maximum value you are taking into consideration, but the number of values having red element, it gets reduced. So it's always better to do as I told you. Okay, so I think it will be better if I show you the code directly. So M1 is basically the elements, the maximum of the elements in the 0th position, 2nd position, like that. Okay, more like the odd position, because if you're taking 1 based indexing, and M2 is the opposite of that. That is the maximum in the even positions. So basically, I am doing a count from 0 to n, I plus equal to 2. This is for all the odd positions, and this is for all the even positions. Okay, and specifically for them I'm calculating the maximum and the count, how many even and odd are there, and then I'm printing the maximum of that. So is this code completely clear with you guys? Just tell me, is this code completely clear with you guys? I think I'm not lagging that much. Yes sir. Okay, anyways, people who are watching my video right now, it's a mild request, please do subscribe my channel and like this video, okay, because it motivates me to make more content. So let's move on to the next problem. And if you guys have any doubt, just write it in the comment section, I mean in the live chat, okay, just be frank enough. So the second question, all pair segments, you are given n points on the x-axis at increasing positive integer coordinates x1, x2 till xn. Okay, for each pair I comma j, anyways, Aditya Kumar, right? How many questions did you do? So you're given n points on the x-axis and at increasing positive integers. Okay, so it is already given that the integers are in increasing order. Okay, but I think I sorted it because I didn't notice this, I guess. So anyways, that's the thing. Okay, so what you can do is you can draw a line segment from xi to xj for all the possible pairs, and then you will be given some q queries where in the q query, ith query, you are given an integer ki, and you have to determine how many points with integer coordinates are contained in exactly k of I, one second, one blown off my mind, in exactly ki segments. Okay, so before getting into the whole problem of this, I think it will be better. It was your worst contest. I think it was my worst contest also, but not worst. It was good contest for me. Okay, but yeah, I was stuck with the B for a long time. Not gonna lie. Okay, so let's first visualize this. Okay, let's first visualize this. So let's say you have got some points x1, x2, x3. Okay, and you have to draw lines for all the pairs. So I can draw a line from here to here, then a line from here to here, then a line from here to here, a line from here to here. Then from this point I can draw a line over here, I can draw a line over here, I can draw a line over here. Then from this point I can draw a line over here, a line over here. And from this point I can draw a line over here. So I am assuming that this part is clear with you guys, right? This part is clear with you guys. You don't need to consider the red lines, okay? Just focus on the black lines that I have made. Now notice one thing. It was given that for every specific red line, okay, which is the point, how many line segments are there? Okay, so for this specific point, so let me now go for blue. So for this specific point, how many were there? There were 4, right? For this specific point, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For this specific point, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? For this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And for this point, it will be again 4. Now, what if there is a point which lies over here? If there is a point which lies over here, then also it is a 4. If there is a point which lies over here, then it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it's a 6. Okay. So can you guess something like this is somewhat a mathematical, what to say? It's a kind of mathematical equation we can grind out from it. Okay. Do you get it? There's a mathematical equation that we can grind out from it. What do you think, guys, who are watching this? Please do subscribe my channel, guys. Just it's I'm not asking you guys to like give me $50 or something like that, man. You guys can respond, right? You guys can respond. You guys can just write in the chat that yeah, I get it. It's that simple. I'm just asking a response from you guys. Electronics. Yes, sir. Getting okay. Now think about this. Okay. Now think about this. How can we first we are going to focus on the points which are not x1, x2, x3. Okay. We are going to focus on these points. So can you tell me why is it 4 and why is it 6 and why is it something else? Okay. So like I'm not asking you how to like I am not asking you to tell me. I'll just explain you. Don't worry about that. See, why is it 4? Because for this case, the line can start from any point before that and it can end at any point after that. Right? So after this there are how many points? There are 4 points. And before this how many points? 1 point. So 1 into 4, that's 4. Is it clear? Is this clear? Similarly for 6, before how many points are there? 2. And after 3. So 2 into 3 is 6. So without even calculating, can anyone tell me, like without even seeing at this position, okay, how many lines are there? Can anyone tell me what will be the value for this point? Can you tell me quickly? Exactly. It's going to be 6 because it's 2 into 3, right? Or 3 into 2. Now, if you look at the points, the black lines, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is also 6, right? So now this is an interesting thing, okay? So if any number is not belonging to this set, then we can find out how many how many lines it is intersecting with, right? But what if it is lying at that point? Okay, what if it is lying at that point? So if it is lying at that point, now there is a little bit complex formula. If it is lying at that point, it means that it can contain any line segment which starts from here and ends over here or here. I mean ends over any point after that, or starts or ends over there and starts from any point before that. So how many points are there? How many such lines are there? It will be n minus 1, right? It's going to be n minus 1 because all the line segment that touches this point are valid and there are n minus 1 points apart from that point. So it's n minus 1. But even apart from this n minus 1, you have to consider this 3 into 1. N minus 1 plus 3 into 1. So what is n minus 1? N minus 1 is 4, right? 4 plus 3. It is 7. So you can notice one thing, that it is also 7. So is this part clear? Is this till now, this whole concept, is it clear? Because this is a very important thing. If this is not clear, you won't get it. This has to be clear with you guys, okay? This formula jumped a little bit over my head. This a little bit over. Aditya, you're talking about this formula in green or the formula in red? I think you're talking about the formula in green, right? See, think about this, okay? Think about this like this, okay? You have a point, and yeah, you have a point. Now, if you're going to consider how many line segments end or start from that point, okay? So this part, this n minus one, is basically the number of line segments that start or end from that point. Okay, I think I have a better formula also, which will be better for you to understand. Just let me do one thing. Let me just check it. Nope. I don't have a that good formula. Actually, this formula, if you look at this, okay, if you look at the code over here, this formula, okay, this formula is different from the one that I'm explaining. Okay, in the one that I'm explaining, I am taking n minus 1. I'm not taking minus I. But when I am taking this I into n minus I, in, instead of doing n minus I am doing n minus I minus 1. Right, I'm taking one less. Over here I'm taking n minus I. So I'll also explain this formula. Okay. So let me give you some other formula, because since you were talking that you're telling that this is kind of getting out of your head. So let me not think it like this. Okay. So if we are going to consider the number of points, I mean the number of line segments that end over here. How many line segments end over here? You can find it out from there. Or you can even find it out like this, that how many elements, how many line segments start from that point. Okay. How many line segments start from that point? So how many line segments will start from that point? The number of line segments after that. So what is the number of line segments after that? It is n minus 1 minus I, right? Now this minus 1 is because of I is 0 based indexing. Okay. So is this part clear? Like, see, if we are going to consider how many line segments starts from that position, so it's only one, right? And n is basically 5. So 5 minus 1 minus 0, 1, 2, 3. That is 3. It is 1 only. Right? It is 1 only. This is clear? Okay, so I'll explain this only. Okay. So this is clear, right? So this part, you get it, that if you're starting from that point, how many line you can get. Now you have to find out how many line are ending at that point or a point after that. So what does that mean? That if the line is ending at that point or a point after that, that means, okay, that means that you have to find out how many points are over here, including that point. Okay, earlier it was n minus 1 minus I, now it is going to be n minus I. So how many points are there from that position and after that are going to serve as the end points, and how many positions are there before that are going to serve as the beginning point. So any line that starts before that and ends at that position or after that means that it lies on that line, right? Is this part clear? So first of all, we took the lines that start from that point. Okay. Then we took the lines that end or end after that point. Because anything that ends before that point, we can't consider that, right? So that's it. So basically, using this, we are going to take all the positions before that, after that, and equal to that. Okay, so this is the formula. This is the formula for calculation. Now let's say using this formula, you get that what is the number of line segments that pass on that point, right? We can get the number of line segments that pass on that point. But does that mean that for every specific point we have to calculate the values? We can't calculate the values for every specific point, right? Because we don't have that much of time complexity. The time doesn't allow us to calculate that much. Okay. Now, another interesting thing. Let's say there was a point over here and a point over here. Okay. This was x, let's say this was x of I, and this was x of I plus 1. Now you have found out one thing, that for any point that lies between any 2 points, you can formulate that, right? You can formulate that. So for all the points that lies in between these 2 points are going to have the same value, right? The same number of line segments will be passing from that for all the points. So in spite of doing them singularly, you can perform them all together, right? So if there are 4 lines, I mean 4 points which lies between x of I and x of I plus 1, so for all of them, you can compute just for one and put all the other values in it. Because we are not concerned about the point, we are concerned about like how many line segments are passing. So how many points are there for which k number of line segments are passing. So basically we have to populate the array in such a way, I mean the DP array, dynamic programming array, or whatever you may say, the pre-computed array, in such a manner that we are going to increment the number of lines. For let's say if this line segment has, I mean if this point has got y line segments, it means this point will also have y line segments, this point will also have y line segments, because any any point between two valid points are having the same formula. They were having the same formula, right? This 6, this 4, they were having the same formula. So basically you can get it out from that. So in spite of putting like y, since our main concern is to find out how many points are there for which y is valid, right? So we can directly say dp of y plus is equal to the number of lines, right? Because we are just concerning about the count, how many are there. We are not concerned about which points are pointing at which line segment, right? So what is this formula? How many lines will be there? It will be this minus this, um, this minus this, minus 1, right? This will be x of I plus 1 minus x of I minus 1. Why so? Let's say we have points 1 and 3. Okay, so how many lines are between them? How many points are between them? There is only one point, that is 2, which means 3 minus 1 minus 1, that is 3 minus 1 minus 1. So is this part clear? Because I have completed the whole explanation till now. Okay, so just tell me only if this part is clear with you guys. So this part is clear, right? Then let's get to the code directly. Okay, see, I'm taking this arrays, then I'm sorting it, which was not needed because I didn't read the question properly. It was given that it was already sorted. So I'll just comment this out. Okay, I'll just comment this out. Then I'm taking the DP thing. Okay, you know what the DP is. But over here, the DP is not what I was explaining in this DP. This DP is not this DP. Okay, this DP is going to store this DPs. You'll get it. Okay, when I'll explain it, you'll get it. So for all the points, I am going to find out the DP. That is, for that specific point, how many line segments are there. So what is DP? How many line segments for that specific point. Because DP is not dynamic programming. You don't need to worry that DP means dynamic programming. It's just I preferred naming the array as DP. Okay, because I like naming arrays as DP. So this was the formula that I told you, n minus 1 minus I and I into n minus I. Okay, then you formulated this. Then I'm taking a map. Okay, I'm taking an unordered map. Inside of this map, what I'm doing is, for all the values from 0 to n minus 1, because I am more concerned about the middle elements also, right? The points which are not lying in the x1, x2, x3 like that. Okay, I'm also concerned about that. So first of all, I'm going to find out for those points how many are there positions, how many positions are there. Okay, no, first of all, I'm not finding out those points. First of all, I'm just finding out the specific points only, the points that are there. Okay, so from 0 to n minus 1, what I do is, I am first of all checking whether dp of I is there in the map or not. Because basically we are doing map of dp of I plus plus only. Okay, but if it is not in the map, so it is not considered as 0. So I'm just checking that if it is not in the map, then I'm making it 1. Otherwise I am adding 1 to it. Okay, it basically like we add 1 to it, nothing more than that, because we are just finding the count, right? This map is the count. This map is the count. Then for the last element, we are finding if the last element is there or not. If it is not there, then map equal to 1ll, and then this thing. Okay, so we could have also gone for like this also. It would make the same sense. But at the moment when I was coding, I was thinking something else, so I just did it like this. This also makes sense. Okay, then for now we are going to calculate for all the intervals. I mean the points which are not there in the x, x1, x2, x3, x4. Okay, so for those points, as I told you, what was the formula? X of I plus 1 minus x of I minus 1, right? So AR of I minus AR of I minus 1 minus 1. Basically, instead of making an I plus 1, I am taking I. Okay. For all those positions, it is going to be I into n minus I. And just add them into the whole thing. And then for every specific query, what you do, you take the input of k and find out if there is a map which has k in it, then print map of k, and if it's not there, it means that it is having 0 only. Okay, so is the whole thing clear? Is the whole thing clear? Because this was not that easy problem. Okay, guys who are new to my channel, I'll just tell you that please do subscribe my channel, share it with your friends, like the video. It will be helpful for me. Okay, and I think today I'm not like the chat is not lagging. Okay, so what happens is basically whenever I stream somewhere, so the chat is lagging, but I think today the chat is not lagging. Okay, so it's clear with you guys, right? Should I move on to C? Should I move on to C? So if you think, yeah, it's clear. So if you think that I should move on to C, just write over here C. Write in the chat C, 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 C. Okay. C. Okay. Cards partition. C. Problem C. Cards partition. You have some cards. An integer between 1 and n is written on each card. Specifically for each I from 1 to n, you have AI cards. which have number I written on them. Okay. There is also a shop which contains unlimited cards of each type. You have K coins and you can buy at most K cards, K new cards in total. So basically you can buy K cards in total. You don't need to consider this K coins wala thing. Okay. So you can add K cards of any number that you feel like, and from those, like from the pack of cards that you have right now, you have to divide those cards in such a manner. So I'm not going through the question what the question tells us. So I'll just explain you what the question tells us. So all the decks, you have to divide it into decks of cards, and all the decks must have the same size, and no pair of cards with the same value should be in the same deck. Which basically means that for all the cards in the deck should be unique number, and the number of cards in every deck is same. Is this clear? Like, I mean, obviously it is clear. Obviously you guys have gone through the question, right? So I'll take this example. Okay, I'll take this example. Anyway, so the output will be like you have to find out what is the maximum possible size of a deck that you can have. Okay, if you operate in optimized manner. The 2 got cropped out. I don't know why. Now it is okay. So notice one thing. So there is 3 cards of type 1, 2 cards of type 2, and 2 cards of type 3. And you can buy 1 card of any type. So what is the optimal thing to do? Now see one thing. Since there are 3 cards of the same type, so you have to have at least 3 decks, right? Then you have 2 cards. So you can put these 2 cards over here, and then you again have 2 cards. So you can put these 2 cards over here, right? Now if you can put 1 card. So remember one thing, if this 1 card, it doesn't matter which color it is, okay? Because it is basically like you can do anything, you can perform it on any like you can take it as any color as you like. I mean not any color, you can take it as any number as you like. So you can put it over here, but this is not getting satisfied, right? This is not getting satisfied. But there was a valid thing that we could have done. That is, instead of keeping this 2 over here, we could have kept this 2 over here also like this. We could have kept it over here and over here, right? Then we were left with 1. So we could have put this 1 over here. So are all the decks having the same number? No, they are not having the same number, right? So it is very evident that whatever we do, we can't have 3 number of cards in a deck. Okay. So now what we do, we are going to take away this card and this card and put it in another deck. Okay. Now this is perfect. So there are 4 decks. Every one are unique. Every card of every deck is unique, and the number of cards in every deck is also 2. That is, it's constant. Right. Now the most confusing thing about this question is, if you look at the question, the value of k was 10 to the power 16, right? And the value of a of I was 10 to the power 10. Based on this, you can say one thing very easily, that no matter whatever you are doing, you can't afford big O of k or big O of a of I. Okay? You can't afford that. What can you afford? You can afford big O of n because it is 10 to the power 5, right? You can afford big O of n. And then after that, you can think about having a log, right? Anyways, you won't be needing any log, I think, or like it was some, no, you won't be needing any log. Okay, you won't be needing any log actually. So I'll just explain you why won't you be needing any log. Okay, so let's say, okay, I won't erase this. Okay, so let's say we had this. Okay, we had this thing. Now for every specific values from n from n to 1, we have to check whether we can have all the decks having n cards, n minus 1 cards, n minus 2 cards, n minus 3 cards till 1. So whichever value satisfies first, we can say that that is a valid value and we can directly return that. Is this part clear? Because it is stated that we have to optimize. I mean, you have to make it maximized, right? So you have to do that. Is that part clear? Am I lagging though? I don't know. Can you explain it again, the last part? Okay, sure. I'll explain. Okay, yeah, I'm not lying. See the last part, uh, this part, right? This I equal to n to 1, right? See, since we have to maximize that, okay, now we have got n values, right? We have got n values. So from that n values, in one deck, what is the maximum number of cards that you can keep? You can keep n cards in a deck because there are n cards, n type, like the cards are numbered from 1 to n. So it is like if you can, so you can have all the numbers from 1 to n stacked upon each other, which gives us the maximum number of cards in a deck. And what is the minimum? It is 1, right? That is only one card. So we have to check all the conditions from n to 1. And the first condition that satisfies, we can say that we can clearly announce it as the winner. So I was talking about this only. Is this clear, Aditya? Yeah. So let's move on. Now, how can you tell that whether a specific number, a specific case, a specific value of that deck, let's say I'm going to consider that as number of, let's say each. Okay, I'm going to consider it as each. What does each means? The number of, the E looks like P though. Now it's okay. So what does each means? Each is the number of cards in every deck, in each deck. Okay. So is it possible to make it or not? So each runs from n to 1, right? When can we say that each is valid? Right? When can we say it? So what is the maximum? What is the maximum number of cards that we can get? We can add k cards, right? We can buy k cards, and we were already having the sum of the whole array. Okay, the sum of array. That is the total number of cards that we were having. If we add it to k, okay, that is the total number of, that is the maximum number of cards that we can have, right? So after putting the maximum like that, we have to find out whether it is a valid thing or not, right? Now look at this condition. Okay, look at this condition. If I am dividing this after doing this, okay, after adding it, if I am dividing that deck into I parts, not I parts, okay, each parts, okay, into each. and then multiplying each. So why do we divide and multiply? Because I am just getting rid of the modulo. Okay, I'm just getting rid of the remainder. You get it? Like, I'm just getting rid of the remainder. So if I remove the remainder from the this whole thing, and it is lesser than sum, okay, and it is this thing, it is lesser than the sum. What does that mean? That after you added it and then you took away each from it and then you added each to it, that is the actual number of elements that you should have. But the actual number of elements that you should have, if it is lesser than sum, it is not possible, because at least some number of this sum of ARR, at least this number of elements will be there. So how many elements will be there? It will be from sum to sum plus k, right? From sum to sum plus k. But if this number, it is lesser than sum only, so it's an invalid thing. So just look at this code. Okay, no, I won't discuss the code right now, okay, because it will be kind of hectic for you to understand the code and the explanation continuously. Okay, so this is one condition. Okay, this is one condition for which we can say that this is not a valid thing. Okay, so this is the first condition for which it is not valid, for which it is not valid. Now the second condition for which it won't be valid is, let's say the same thing, sum of AR of k plus each. Okay, this sum plus k by I. Now if this value, it is lesser than the maximum value, then also we can't do that. Why so? Because as I told you earlier also, if there are 3 elements, so I have to have minimum 3 number of decks. So whatever is the maximum number of elements, this is maximum of ARR. So yeah, I have to have minimum that number of decks. But if the number of decks is lesser than that, then also it is a not valid condition, right? Is this part clear? Because this is the whole thing. Now if you go to the code, then you will like realize that how easy this problem was. If this part is clear, just tell me, just write in the live chat, just it's clear. Clear, like that. Okay. So let's get into the code. Okay. I'm having n, I'm having k, I'm having AR of n, I'm having the maximum, I'm taking the maximum, I'm having the sum, L is equal to 1. This is not needed actually. I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of some binary search, maybe I would be needing, but I didn't need it. Then what you do is from I is equal to 0 to n. Okay, I explained it over here. Then I'm just, for my convenience, instead of doing sum plus k every time, I'm just taking a s where I'm taking sum plus k. Okay, and then answer is equal to 0 initially. Z is equal to this. This is also not needed. Okay, this is also not needed. So for every specific value from n back to 1, if the first condition is there, it's a wrong, so continue. If the second condition is there, it's a wrong, so continue. Right? And if it's like none of them is wrong, that means correct, so answer is equal to 1 and break. And then print answer. Okay? Is this clear? If this is clear, then I'll go to D. I feel like this was easier than B. Maybe. Maybe this was easier than B. Let's check out how many submissions were there for B and C. I think the CodeForces server is kind of lagging. Let me go for M1. The mirror must be working. I have to log in for the mirror. Dude, are you kidding? No, it's okay. I don't need to log in. I won't log in. Can someone tell me how many were lol, man? Seriously, for real, man. Okay, 2019, 2019 A, 2019 B, card partition. The answer is at most 10. Solve the problem with k is equal to 0. When is the answer n? If the answer is not n, how can you buy cards? Good one, good one. The speed breaker is when is the answer 0. Starting from city x is equivalent to setting x equal to 1. Anyways, leave it. Now it's showing me that I won't log in. Leave it. So let's go with D, okay? Let's go with D. The speed breaker problem. There are n cities in a row numbered 1 to n left to right. At time 1, you conquer exactly one city called the starting city. At time 2 till n, you can choose a city adjacent to the ones conquered so far and conquer it. You win if for each I you conquer city I at a time no later than a of I. So what does that mean? It's somewhat similar to a problem that I faced a little. I faced a few days back, but it is kind of difficult than that. It's basically telling us that for an array, there are all the elements are having some values, right? So what you can do is you can start from any position you feel like. Okay, you can start from any position you feel like. Then you can either move to this position or this position. Okay. So let's say if I'm moving to this position, now what you can do, you can either move to this position or this position, right? So you can do that. You can go on doing that. You can do any one of them. Let's say I'm going for this position, then I'm going for this, 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 then this, then this. So this is what the traversal looks like. Now it is told us that after the traversal a of I times, it should be like this, that before like whenever you are visiting a node, visiting an element, the number of times, the time that you need to take to get to that node, it should be well within that limit. What within that limit? The limit that is mentioned in the value of that element. Okay. So if we consider this condition, if we consider this condition, so what are the positions that we can start from? Let's say if you're starting from 6, so next time we can go to 3, then 3, then 3. But when we reach over this 3, So we have already done it till 4, right? We reach over this position at the 4th time, and then we reach this position at the 5th time. But this is 4 and this is 3, so we had to reach it before or on 3. So which is not satisfying. Again, this also, it is also not satisfying. Okay, so we can't take 6. If we start from 3, we can reach this and this. We can reach over here and then over here. Okay, let's go it like this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I am coming back in a few minutes. I will watch D on recording. I will come back for E. Okay, sure. Go. And then there is a 5, and then there is a 6, right? This is a valid thing. So this 3 works. Similarly, if you check out, this 3 also works and this 3 also works. But neither this 5 works, neither this 5 works. So basically there are 3 positions, right? Why doesn't this 5 work? Because if you are moving from this 5, when you move over here, you have taken 4 steps. And for this also, you're taking 5 steps. So which is not going to work. Okay. So that's the reason why this happens. So basically you are going to have 2, 3 and 4, which are good cities. Now, if we look at the editorial, okay, let's look at the editorial. At some time t, consider the minimal interval LR that contains all cities with a of I lesser than equal to t. Let's call it minimal interval at time t. If this interval has length greater than t, the answer is 0. Do you get it? How many people are watching it though? There are 5 people watching it. People new to this channel, subscribe my channel, subscribe, okay? Subscribe. This question was prepared by the Scratch, no? Scratch or Scratchy. That's nice. This question was easier. Tree pruning. But I'll also look at this thing and then I'll just give you like the solution of mine. Okay, guys, is this clear? Is this clear? Just tell me quickly in the comment section. I mean, in the live chat. Okay, so I'm just considering it is clear. Okay. Otherwise, the answer is at least 1. A possible construction is visiting the cities in the order of A of I. Extend the interval until you reach the city you want to visit. In this way, at a time t, you will have conquered all the cities in the minimal time interval of t, which is short enough, and possibly other cities. Starting from city x is equivalent to starting from city x is equivalent to setting a of x equal to 1, right? After this operation, you have to guarantee that for each I, the minimal interval at time t is short enough. If this interval is L, R before the operation, then x must contain in R minus t plus 1 and L plus t minus 1. That is between that limit. Okay. So it's enough to calculate the interval obtained at t is equal to 1 to L and print the length of the final interval. Okay. Another correct solution is to intersect the intervals I minus a of I plus 1 comma I plus a of I minus 1. So what I feel is that this is a better option because I prefer doing this. So notice this. So based on this, let me do one thing. I'm going to draw the intervals. Okay. I'm going to I'm going to tell you the intervals because we can have n intervals, right? and we have to find out the intersecting point of those intervals. So if I'm at 6, it's going to be 0, uh, not 0, it's going to be 0 minus when division 2 questions. Sorry, I didn't get you. When division 2 questions मतलब समझा नहीं भाई. So I minus a of I plus 1, that is 6 minus, I mean not 6, minus 6 plus 1, that is minus 5, and then 5. Okay, so minus 5, 5. For 3 it is going to be minus 1, 3, and for the next 3 it is going to be 0, 4. For the next 3 it's going to be 1, 5. This is division 2. Okay, I think he is talking about the first two problems. I mean the first three problems, right, Karthik? I think Karthik is talking about the first three problems. I have already discussed the first three problems. So what you can do is, after I discuss, I'll be discussing till E only, because I haven't checked F till now. I'll discussing till E only. So yeah, that's it. So after I finish the whole thing, just rewind it and watch the recording. Okay. So as I was telling you, so 1 comma 5, and then for this it's going to be um 4 minus 5 plus 1, that is 0, comma 8, and then this is going to be 1 comma 9. So what is the intersection of these points? So what is the minimum element which is in all of these points? It is 1, right? 1 is in all the points. So 1 is, it is 1. Is 2 in all, the points? Yeah, 2 is also in all the points, in all the ranges. Is 3 in all the ranges? Yeah, 3 is also in all the ranges, right? So basically, since we were considering zero based indexing, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now after performing this, if we are going to segment them and check, okay, and check that what are the points which are intersecting for all the points, okay, so you get the answer. One approach will be using big O n squared will be one approach, but you can optimize it. Okay, you can always optimize it. How are you going to optimize it though? Someone just tell me quickly. You have any idea how we can optimize this? Anyone, any idea? Anyone have got any idea? Just tell me quickly. Aditya, any idea how to optimize this thing? Like how to optimize the intersecting points? Aditya, any idea? No, see, if this is -5, this is -1, this is 0, and this is 1, so it is very evident that from -5 to 1, no point will be there, right? So we have to consider the maximum of the first point and the minimum of the last point, that is 5, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, that is 3, right? And that is it. What is the complexity of this code? Tell me quickly. What do you think is the complexity of this code? Quickly. Exactly. Okay, so today was your first contest ever. Okay. So do you practice lead code, Karthike? You practice lead code? I don't know what the heck is wrong with my code, bro. It's giving me 301. I don't know. Let me do one thing. Let me put a +1 over here. What is the problem? What is the problem? What is the problem? Is to intersect the intervals. This is exactly what I am doing. And why is it having some problem? Can anyone tell me what is wrong with my code? Because I'm not getting it. It's just for the case of 0 where it is having the problem. Okay. 1333. I just saw your explanation for A question. My question is how you came up to using greedy rather than DP. I used recursion with memorization and I was stuck. Then market चला गया. Best market job. Hey. No, I'm kidding. Uh, See, Kartikeya, just first tell me one thing. Is this your first contest in the field of whole CP, or is this your first contest on Code Forces, and have you have given some other contest on Code Chef or Lead Code? Tell me that. 3,33. If I'm starting from 3, basically if I'm starting from 3, I can go over here. 1, 2, 3. was my first time ever. So in that case, it's good. It's not bad that you have at least tried, man. That's good. From 0 to 2. Last case, I think 4 is the valid thing, no? For D. In the third case, it is city 5. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 4 only. Yeah. Everything is okay, but this case is having a little bit of problem. Over here, I am having a little bit of problem. Someone help me out. Now, what I felt is that he's using this, that is one best indexing, okay, which is okay. I get it. You can use it, but in that case also, it's like not happening. 2, 3, 4, then 5, comma 5, then 4, comma 4. Why is it 4, comma 4? Let me do one thing. I want the value of this along with the value of no, along with the value along with the value of this. I want this value for every. Can you show me the test case so I can write it? Okay, sure. The test case is this. I am stuck at this test case. Okay, I'm stuck at this test case. -4 and 6. That is I plus 1, 6, which tells us that if we start from this position, what do you do, by the way? Are you a student or into some job? I just passed out this year. Okay, I just passed out this year. What I think is I got it. Okay, I got it. What this thing is all about. because what actually is troubling me is this 5 and this 5. There is a repetitive 5. कौन सा कॉलेज ऐसा कोई खास कॉलेज नहीं है, टायर 3 कॉलेज. But anyways, this is how you have to do it. Okay, I can't stress myself much into it. So if I crack this, so I'll just get you guys know. Okay, if I crack this. ए में कभी डीपी नहीं लगती, बीडी होता है हमेशा. हाँ, that is also a thing. Yeah, रीडी लगती नहीं है उस पे. I mean डीपी नहीं लगती उस पे, रीडी लगती है. Okay, let's get into E. Okay, let's get into E. Tree pruning. You're given a tree with n nodes rooted at node 1. In this problem, a leaf is a not. You know what a leaf is, okay? In one operation, you can remove a leaf and the edge adjacent to it. Possibly new leaves appear. What is the minimum number of operations that you have to perform to get a tree which is rooted at node 1 where all the leaves are at the same distance from the root? Okay? So we are going to take this over here. आ गया. What the fuck? आ गया. नितेश भाई मेरे को हेल्प कर दो यार, मे बी दिस ईयर पास आउट. तुम भी दिस ईयर पास आउट हो? Okay, so basically I can't get the whole thing. Okay, so I can't get the whole tree. So let's say you have a tree like this. Okay, I have the drawing. Just let me check. Okay, I drew this whole tree. The tree was somewhat like this. Bro, how many years of coding experience you have? Um, Coding experience. I started CP back in 2022, but at a later part of 2022. So that was around October, I guess, or rather, let's say 2 years. I got 2 years of experience in coding, CP. I mean. Okay, so this is what the tree looks like. Now, what you can do is, since you have to make all of them, so let me just, yeah. Now, since you have to make all the roots, or I mean all the leaves of the same depth or height, so what you can do is you can prune this node off, prune this prune this node off, and then prune this node off. So basically, there are two leaves, and both are the same height. Okay. Or you could have pruned this node off, this leaf, and this leaf. Then also these two leaf nodes would be at the same height. But in that case, what happens is basically yeah, I'm talking about competitive coding only. I'm talking about competitive coding only because I didn't start like DSA and then went on like that. Okay, I just started competitive programming because like in class 12 I had this thing, so I was doing Java in class 12, like the basic things. Okay, the basic things like bubble sort, those stuff I knew that. So I just thought that should I give it a try or not. Exactly, yeah, that I was telling him that just keep practicing. Yeah. So you can do one thing. So you can also prune off 4 leaf nodes. You can also do that. So both of them are right, right? Or you could have pruned out this and this also. That is 4 from here and then 2 over here. That is 6. So you would be remaining with only the root. But what you have to do is you have to minimize the. You explain well. Please keep on bringing this post contest. Yeah, sure, I will. So basically, see one thing, you have to minimize the number of prunings, right? Started CP 3 days ago. I solved 10 questions, but my rating is 0. You solved 10 questions, but my rating is 0. So you solved 10 questions, right? I mean, you practiced them. Your rating increases when you participate in contests. Okay, the more you participate in contests, your rating increases that way. Okay, so okay, I'll just expose this. Okay, because I dude. Okay, see, there's an extension also. Okay, which you guys can use, obviously. So while the extension is loading, so I'll just system में भैया वो hacker rank वाला system. मतलब do you mean that you give contest to get better ratings? Oh, अच्छा. In hacker rank, I think, yeah. In hacker rank, the more you solve, you get better rating, na? Yeah. I think that's the thing. I haven't used hacker rank that much. Okay. Let's focus on the problem. We have diverted from the problem a lot. Okay. Let's focus on that. So now think about this, that we don't know like how many prunings that we have to do. My profile, check this. Yeah, this. Okay. Now you can see one thing, that it shows me that my rating will go by 34. It will go up by 34, right? And there will be like I needed 94 to be expert, but I am having 34. Now one thing that I realized at a very late version, okay, is that rating is okay, but if you're a good coder, na, the rating automatically goes up. Okay, you don't need to focus on that, because now what I do is I don't do CP like I used to do. Okay, because when I used to do CP very seriously, I was on like I was completely focused on the CP thing. Okay, I would be like completely focused, but now what I feel is that it's too much of stress. I can't take it, so I just do CP like I'm practicing only. So it works for me. Now you may tell me that, bro, you haven't solved D and E, so how are you going to explain it? So it's like it will happen to you. This one is for Karthik here. So it will happen to you that after you solve some problems, so it happens that you know that you have to solve it like that, but you're just a little bit behind that. Okay, but you know the approach. अरे number भी दे दो भाई, contest देते वक्त. No, I never seek help during the contest. Okay, because if you look at the this thing, okay, I was not uploading any videos earlier, but recently I saw this terms and condition where they say that you can have a detailed explanation. If you put it on chat GPT, you can have a detailed explanation of the problem, but you can't have the whole code from chat GPT. So that's the reason whenever even I upload like questions, I what I do is I just tell you the test cases and explain you the test cases only and the question. I don't explain you the codes. Okay, that's a very wrong approach. I mean, that's a very wrong thing to do. Okay, okay. So where was I? Yeah. So now we have to think it like this: ki we can have all the leaves at level 1, level 0, or level 2, or level 3, right? You may ask me that how can I make it level 3 and how can I make it level 2? So if you want to make it level 2, so you have to delete all the subtrees from the root. You have to delete all the subtrees from the root which is having a depth lesser than 2. That is this one. This is having a depth lesser than 2. So you have to delete this whole subtree only. So whatever is the number of nodes in that, you have to delete them. So what is the number of operation? It is the number of nodes in that subtree. Okay, nodes, number of nodes in that subtree. Okay, it is basically the number of nodes in that subtree. Now, now you know that this is the number of nodes in this subtree. Ah, so you delete them, and then if you're like, since let's say we were talking about two only, na? We were talking about two. So then we have to delete all the leaves which are at level greater than 2. So how many nodes are there at a level greater than 2? There are 2 nodes only. So we are deleting 2 nodes more. So if we want to make this 2, so we have to delete in total 2 plus 1. That is 3 nodes. If we want to make it 3, we have to delete all the subtrees having length lesser than 3. That is this subtree. Then that is 1. And we have to delete all the nodes, all the leaves which are at a level lesser than that. That is 2. That is this one. So which gives us 2. Right? Now let's get into the editorial. Solve for a fixed final depth of leaves. So that is what I was telling you, that we have to just fix the depth of the leaf and then solve it. Which nodes are alive if all the leaves are at a depth of d at the end. So you have to find out whatever nodes will be alive. I mean, which nodes will be there, present, which not be deleted. Now if you look at the solution, if the final depth of the leaves is d, it's optimal to keep in the tree all the nodes at the depth d and all their ancestors. These nodes are only ones which satisfy the following condition, that is, depth of a of I is lesser than equal to d, and the maximum depth of a node in this subtree is greater than equal to d. Okay, so what did we use? We were using the maximum depth of the node of the subtree, their depth. And similarly, we are also going to use the other subtrees also, but we are not going to focus on the other subtrees because we are going to consider the subtrees as individually. Okay, I don't have the code right now. Okay, and even in the editorial, the code is not there, so I can't explain you with the code. So just tell me if this part is, if everything is clear with you guys or not. Basically, if everything is clear with you guys, then I'll start with like rating the problems. Okay. Anyways, people new to this channel, please do subscribe. Do subscribe my channel. Can you show the pruning part once again? Okay. Pruning part. I'll show you the optimal wala pruning. Okay. I'll show you the optimal wala pruning only. In AI, there's a thing called alpha beta pruning. That is the thing that came to my mind when I was talking about pruning though. It was alpha beta pruning or alpha pruning or beta pruning or something like that. Okay, alpha beta pruning, something like that. That is what came into my mind. Okay. Anyways, the pruning, it's like the fact key. Dekho, if I'm talking about the optimal thing, that is, I'm taking the, you studied it this semester only. So I'm taking it at the depth of 2. Okay. Now look at this condition, what it was telling us. Their depth is lesser than equal to d, and the maximum depth of the node in the subtree is greater than equal to d. Okay. So none of them we have to consider. So I'll just explain you with my logic only. Now since we have to make this 2, so we have to cut off all the leaves which are at a level higher than that. Okay. Now let's say there is a subtree for this root, this and this, right? Now in which condition do we have to consider this 2? We have to consider this 2 in this subtree. So we have to delete the other subtree completely because it is lesser than 2, right? It was given that it should be greater than equal to 2. Since it is lesser than 2, so we have to delete that. Then from here, there is also another subtree. That is this and this. Again, we are going to consider this, so we have to delete this also, right? Then from here, there are also two subtrees. Okay, one is this, sorry, one is this, and the other is this, and both of them are of the same depth, so we don't need to cut off anything. So do you get it? So how many operations did we perform? We performed 1 plus 1, 2 operations, 2 prunings. The output is 2. Clear? Clear? Okay. Okay, so I feel that this is something interesting. Okay, so what I'll do is kind of interesting. So I want you guys to be interactive. Okay, while I do this, it is a kind of review. Okay, it's a kind of review of the questions. So basically, these are like what I'm talking about is level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and level 6. So let's do something fun. Okay, so you guys are going to tell me from A till E. Okay, from A till E, you are going to tell me what are you going to rate. Okay, you're going to rate A of level 1. Level 1 is easy, level 2 is a little bit hard. I mean, somewhat a little bit like less easier. 3 is medium, 4 is like kind of hard, 5 is very hard, and 6 is impossible level. Okay, so tell me, what do you think about A, the first question? Easy? A is 2. A is 2. Yeah. What was A though? I forgot. What was A? A was maximum plus size. Okay, yeah, that thing. Yeah, because it was kind of tricky about the fact that it can be a DP also, right? It was kind of tricky. So yeah, A is 2. B is 4. B is 4. Right. B is 4. C. C is 3, I guess, no? C is 3. Um, D. D is D and E both were difficult. Okay, but if you ask me, like from one point of view, because I told you guys what D is all about, and I even took help from the editorial, so it may feel that D was easy, but I feel that D should be in level 6. and E should be in level 5. Okay. How to get started in CP science student helps. डी पता नहीं. अच्छा डी तो तुम थे नहीं ना जब हम एक्सप्लेन कर रहे थे डी वाला. डी आई थिंक यू वर नॉट देयर व्हेन आई वाज एक्सप्लेनिंग दैट. Okay, Anayat, what you were talking, like you were telling me how to get started in CP second year student help. So it depends, like Anayat, how what do you how on a scale of 1 to 5, how much would you rate yourself on the field of DSA, data structures and algorithms? First, tell me this on a scale of 1 to 5. 2. So in that case, how to start CP? You can follow the I think the Striver SD sheet you can follow. Basics, array, strings, linked list, recursion, basic hashing, and few other things. You can follow Striver's SD sheet, and then I think Striver has also got the CP thing also. I don't know. DSA sheets. Sorry. Yeah, there's also this Striver CP sheet. I haven't gone through it ever, but I have heard people talking about it. So, like, see, if you ask me from the CP sheet, constructive algorithms, yeah, kind of I can solve them. Okay. Maths, I have a confidence how to solve it. Binary search, kind of have a confidence. Prime C, confident. Bit manipulation, power set, confident. String, very much confident. BFS, kind of little bit less confident. Trees, less confident. LCA, less confident. This link, I think, this is there in the Striver sheet. Okay, if you search on Google, Striver CP sheet. Sorry, Striver. So if you like directly search on Google Strivers CP sheet, then you will get it. Okay. Matrix exponential, try dynamic programming. I know I can very much good in it. Disjoint set, not that good. Fenwick tree, not that good. Segment tree, not that good. Lazy propagation, still better. So now tell me. So why I told you this is basically Anayat. See, if you asked me how much I myself would have rated myself on a scale of 1 to 5 for CP, not DSA, then I'll rate myself a 3. Why so? Because even like 50% of the thing that is over here, I don't know. I don't know how to implement them. But what I do know is I know how to implement like some of the things that I'm very much confident about. Okay, so this is the difference between DSA and CP. DSA tells you that you know, no. Just listen to this. Okay, just listen to this. So DSA basically tells you that just do this, just know what this is, what this is. You know the basics. Okay, in DSA you know the basics. But when you do CP, you have to go into the depth of a concept. Let's say you know this concept, you go to the depth of that concept. Okay, you go to the depth of the concept. You do a BFS. But in DSA, what you do is you basically do a BFS. That is, I know arrays, I know linked list, I know this, I know, let's say, recursion and something like that. But I don't have the knowledge that I can't implement it on my compiler. Or maybe I can't solve any real-time problems of CP based on the DSA thing, DSA algorithms or data structures. Okay, in that case, what happens is you know a lot of things, but you don't know the depth of that thing. So if you're going to focus on CP, you have to choose one field and go till as much as depth you can, and then choose another field, then go into as much as depth you can. But if you are going to focus for DSA, you do a BFS, get a surface level knowledge about everything, then go to the next surface, then go to the more depth if you need it. Okay, so that's the difference between DSA and CP. So now it depends whether you want to do DSA or CP. You can do DSA and CP together also, it doesn't matter. Like it's like performing BFS and DFS together. How do you manage? So what you can do is you can do the CP and DSA together. It doesn't matter. But yeah, you can do that. And something very now note this thing very important. I want to play chess with you. Okay, I want to play chess with you. I'm not that good rated. I think right now I am somewhat 800 rated. Okay, I'm 800 rated, somewhat like that. My peak rating was 1k, 1000. Yeah, something 1000. But now I'm 800 rated. But what I feel is that I'm much lower than that because I haven't been playing chess for a long time. But recently I'm addicted to it. Okay, so tonight I'm going to play a chess game with you. Dual axis rotation. From where are you getting these terms? Yeah. Anyways, my chess ID is Peter Griffin Codes. Okay, it's Peter Griffin Codes. M Dinatul. Acha, Mohammed. Acha, okay, I get it. Mohammed Enayat ul Haq. Enayat, you're from India or like out of India? Okay, so that's your chess ID, right? Okay, so first I'll just send Enayat. I got Enayat's profile. What is the heat of? What has happened to you? Heat of hydration. What the heck is heat of hydration? Hydration means like something related to water. Okay, you're from West Bengal. Nice. I'm from West Bengal too. Aditya Kumar. Aditya Kumar 5155. Sent. I've sent request, I mean friend request to Aditya and Inayat. Sorry, it's okay. Aditya, I have sent you the request, okay? And Inayat also. People who are watching this video, it's a mild request. Please do subscribe my channel. My accent looks so cringe now. Anyways, people who are watching this, just subscribe my channel, okay? If you haven't subscribed it, because we are aiming 2,000 subscriber by the end of this year. Okay, I know what the heat of hydrogenation is because I saw in a recent video of Rajat Dalal sent a challenge. You can. Do you want to play chess like over here? I don't know whether I'm logged in or not. Okay, I have to log in. Okay, then do one thing. I'll just put my camera. I mean, I'll just put the only the camera on. Okay, I'll just put the display off and I'll just log in. Okay, just wait. Let's play some chess. The password was incorrect. What the heck? The password was incorrect. Peter Griffin codes. Peter Griffin codes. What was my password though? Okay, my account doesn't have a password only because I am logged in with Google. Okay, I just realized right. Okay, now I'll just share the screen. Okay, how to crack JE? Like you're in which class though, brother? Okay, so has anyone sent me any request though? You're in eighth. Are you from India though, Kabir? Obviously, you're from India. Oh, are you like kidding? Messing with me, huh? No problem. Okay, so I just send you a challenge. Okay, uh, challenge of 5 minutes. Okay, challenge of 5 minutes. Accepted. Okay. Okay, even you are sending me the request now. Okay, he's over here. Um, started with coding and now I'm playing chess. What did you do? You were just doing this so that. No, I think. Mm, yeah, okay. So you just. What was it? Yeah, I'm planning that I'll be doing this. Okay, I'll be doing this. It's nice. It's nice to play chess. I think he's going to target my knight only. So I won't do anything. Okay, because I know he's going to target my knight. So it's better that I save my knight though. But is it worth it? No, let him stream sniping is going on. No, I'm not sniping. So it's okay. I'll just go for it. Okay. But what should I move though? Okay, so I'll just attack him. Just as it's okay. There's nothing serious attack. Yeah. I may make some blunders because like I'm streaming, right. I'm not completely focused on the game, so I may make some blunders. Um, he's doing that so that he can put the knight over here and then have a check, right? I mean mate. So I'll put it over here. Okay. Castling, is it of any help though? I don't know. The bishop is but no, I can't do that. Okay, doing this will expose my king. I think I'm low on time though, so I have to think it real quick. Whatever I do, his king is very safe. His king is in very safe hands. Yeah, that's good. So basically, he is demanding that okay, as you wish, I'll just move up. So he'll just attack this so that yeah, exactly what I was wanting. Okay, exactly what I was wanting. I think yeah, but I'm too low on time. I think I may have to lose because of time also. I'm taking too much time to think. Okay, he did it because he was thinking of this. He's having an advantage of a knight though, because he has taken off all my knights. Well, I think I will go for this. Okay, I got very less time to think. Okay, so I have to be very fast. So he's just advancing this so that mm, so he'll have to move this, and no matter wherever he moves, so he has to like put it back only, right? So I want his. I'm very low on time, so I have to move on like with whatever. I was focusing on the time though. I fucked up. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything. He's going to eat this, I think. I don't know what to do. I just move it. Let's put it over here. I've already lost it, I think. Ah, damn it. Nice game. Nice game. Great, man. There are a lot of inaccuracies, I know. Zero mistake, zero blunder. I think it's like not reloading though. There will be a lot of blunders, I know. GG, 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 man. Okay, so I think it's enough for today. We've done a lot of fun today playing chess. Okay, just one more match with Aditya. Okay, let's play one more match with Aditya. You don't have to let me win, man. You play like as you want to. It's okay. Ah, okay, I'm too silent, huh? Seems like I'm having some serious gameplay, huh? Just look at this. Like when I was explaining the codes, there were not much people live, but right now there are almost 5 people watching this. Damn, nice. My LinkedIn, it's by my name only. Okay, it's by my name, and it's having the same DP as this only, the yellow one. Okay. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. I wasn't expecting this. Hmm. He's going to give me a mate, I think. I'm thinking of nothing else. It goes with this position. Yeah, I know this. The white is clean. The white is clean, yeah. How do you get a high CGPA? I don't know. You have to study actually tonight if you want to go get high CGPA. Just imagine there are 6 people watching this. Okay, there are 6 people watching this, and 6 people are watching that I'm playing chess on a Code Forces stream. Bro, you're low on time though, Aditya. I don't know why bro did this. because he is obviously low on time. So yeah, I get it. Okay, he's trying to give me a check though. Wow, damn. And then he's too low on time. You study throughout the same. No, night before exam, and that's done. Nothing more than that. I study just the night before exam. Anyways, enough of streaming for today. Okay, I made this game was like I made three mistakes, one blunder. This was not a good game, I think. Anyways, that's it from my side, guys. Good night. Good night. Good night. They don't have much. 5 minutes. Yeah, I get it. Okay, so good night, guys. Meet you tomorrow. I think tomorrow. I think there is a. Is there? I don't. Wait. Let me check. Okay. I think tomorrow there is a contest. There's some contest tomorrow. Good night. Good night. Tomorrow there is a lead code bi-weekly contest along with the ad coder contest also, but I won't be giving the ad coder contest. Even I will be giving, even if I give the, sorry, even if I give the contest, I won't be like coming live for that. So basically for the lead code bi-weekly, yeah, I'm going to come live around 10. So basically today I was playing chess because it's like today contest was earlier than 8. So that's the reason I just playing like I was chilling out. So yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you guys. Radhe Radhe.